Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Sokka here with another episode of Hearts of Iron 4, the Canada popular state. And when we last left off, Great Britain decided it wanted to be a little bit of trouble here. We were just finishing pushing towards Miami, and now this group is going to be needed elsewhere for sure. Let's go ahead and give them a new front line and have them push. Maybe a fallback line would be better to say right here. That way we can get those divisions. Oops. I picked the wrong fallback line, didn't I? I picked the wrong group. No worries. We need you to have a fallback line right here. And let's stave off the British advance for sure. I think what I want to do is go ahead and tell these guys to form up a front line here and a front line here. Let's split this group in half and take 5 divisions, split them in 2. So let's take our most skilled here, 3, 4, and 5, and assign them to this brigade, or this front line, so we should have 2 groups there to stave them off. As far as this battle plan goes, we'll advance. We'll make do with what we have there. Let's slow down time to speed 2 so we can see the movement here. These guys are hastily deploying. These 6 divisions, once you stop right there and then you go, and then you guys should be already on the move, which you are. These guys should be moving. They're using the good old American infrastructure to get across the Rocky Mountains. And we'll see if we can do anything about this. Holy crap. All right, so these divisions are moving very quickly. What I will do then is I will delete this line here, assign all of you to this front line, and then this group here will actually have its front line right around these borders. Try to seal them off as quickly as possible. Oh, I need to redo this. You don't have a fallback order, but what you do have, mount up right there. Get there quickly. Surround them, please. All right, so we've got a little bit of a struggle to do. Luckily, the United States is big enough that we won't lose our victory points that quickly. Tanatuva has capitulated. We should be about the only ones left in this war, yeah. As far as the German-Soviet War, we are the only ones. And as far as the Canadian-American War, we are the only ones. So we are alone in the grand scheme of things. That is bloody terrible. And it looks like they are pulling back. What I want to do is tell... Oh, Mongolia has capitulated. These are dark times indeed. We got our extra research slot. So let's see if there's anything that we can do. 50% on support artillery. Research. We can't do any of these because, well, the Red Army doesn't exist. Let's see, these are ship and air force based. Let's see. So we can't do that because North America doesn't exist. We're pretty much regulated to this part of the map, and I think we can get more oil, we can get more research. The war-fueled economy, I like the look of that. Cannot have this and send in the zombies, so our war-fueled economy is... This will upset the population. Okay, I like this. So we need Red Deer Training Camp to do the independent command, and then we can compromise, which gets our recruitable population up 20%. And I think that is what we are going to need to do. But in order to do that, we need to have the motorized one of. Yep. All right, so we'll research our support artillery, go down Red Deer Training Camp to Independent Command, and then the compromise. And now we have research available. We are nearing 1941. Is there anything we can do? Our signal company initiative would be pretty good. We're researching the next batch of artillery, so that is fine. Land doctrine, we're researching our land doctrine there. As far as our engineering is concerned, we're a year ahead of that. We could work on some encryption. 72 days. And our factories. We already have like a really big production efficiency cap. But I definitely want that retention. Let's do that. Well, I believe now would be the good time for our signal company initiative. We're 22 days away from our decryption. All right, everything else is looking good there. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and tell these guys. I'm not too concerned about that one division there. This army can move there. I'll set the front line right here on the eastern seaboard and get them going really quickly. Offensive line, just take back that, please. All right, let's get her going. Let's get her done. Our armor is forming up, which is excellent. They can sweep on by. We have to get that port taken back. So what I would like to do, we are moving in. We're taking back land. They're trying to encircle around, which is really good. Fighting across that river won't be to our best benefit. But luckily we have some armor here that can fight back this United Kingdom tank brigade. They are trying to wrap around. And then what I want you to do is spearhead to here, please. And then execute that plan as best you can. That spearhead should take the port back, which will lower the amount of troops that they'll be able to really push in. Looks like we are fighting back. We do have air superiority. And they can pierce us. We're suffering a river crossing penalty, but we should be ready for that. How are you guys going? You're on the highway. You're using I-80 to get across the United States here. We should be able to fight them back fairly quickly. At least I'm hoping. Why are you going around Atlanta way? That doesn't make any sense. But that's fine. We are pushing them back with great fervor. These divisions are chalking up. How are our basic training divisions doing? They're lacking the light tanks. We are producing them at how quickly? Almost 3 a day. Hopefully that production cap will, or that efficiency will go up a little bit more quickly. Our tanks are fighting back. Battle plans with no units assigned. Oh, they're assigned now. I was gonna say, what do you mean no units assigned? The tanks are moving in. Why don't you reinforce, good sir? There we go. Now we've got some reinforcements coming in. Looks like our signal corps is doing the work, helping that reinforcement. And these tanks better get over here quick. And I hope that the West Coast doesn't get invaded, because we're pretty much stretching everything on the East Coast. Is our fort doing anything? They've got a terrain advantage. We keep reinforcing here. We keep beating them back, which is all we can ask of them. definitely looks like the way to go. Keep on pushing. And they are on maximum aggression, so we should be able to push them back quickly and to help reinforce this group. Okay, now that they have a line pretty much set up, what I want to do is I want to make their front line right here on the East Coast, and then I want their offensive line to push straight on through, please. And it split that because we actually own some territory there, but that will be fine. Oh, look at that spread. Yeah, we'll be fine. We will be fine indeed. I am not worried. I am not concerned. Maybe it's false. But you know what? We'll take it. All right, all you guys just push in there. Put the battle to them. We've taken the port, and we can help with this particular front line here, or we can send them up north to help that effort. Yeah, we'll fight them back. It'll be a war of attrition. What I'll do is I will take just one division over here to Biloxi, Mississippi. And then once those plans end, I will get them up here. Yeah, you guys are doing the big push. So you guys can then hold the front line here around Boston. And I want you to spearhead right here into Boston and execute that plan whenever you're able. Wait just a minute there, buddy. Please take Biloxi, Mississippi. The rest of y'all can do what you want. But we need Division Blue to really start coming in. Civilian factories, I think military seems to be the way to go. Let's boost up Ohio and Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Just work on those. Just keep working on those. We should be fine. Team Yellow is bypassing this line because Team Blue should be ready to push in. Team Blue, go. All 10 divisions, just push as much as you can, please. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to expand and take some of our factories. We got some decryption. Our side channel attack research is available. We could encrypt up, or we could start researching atomics. The assembly line, we can work on that. Or factory repair speed, it's 124 days. We really don't need synthetics. Resource gain efficiency. Considering we don't have that many people to trade with, resource gain efficiency might not be bad if there isn't another, the Valentine, 131 days. That tank may be beneficial indeed. We could go higher entrenchment. We don't have space for a maintenance company as it stands. $500 days away. We don't need paratroopers or Marines. Okay, I'm thinking let's go with the encryption. Nice quick research to be done. We have all those slots open, so I'm not too worried about losing out on that. Hey, Team Blue, what are you doing? Looks like we're fighting the good fight. How is our air superiority? We do have enemy air superiority over us. How is our Air Force? We've got fighters and close air support stationed in Florida. Since we're here, let's move on up to Virginia and then have these fighters do close air support there. on the East Coast. Alright, so our planes are moving. Being more effective and all that good stuff. Alright, let's push in, boys. You know what to do. They're coming from Charleston. We're fighting across the river. And it looks like this tank is going to just sweep on in and encircle. How are things up here? Looks like the divisions are forming up. Some are running. We need better organization for sure. Look, just push him back. Who is that? Mexico? Is Mexico in this thing? Or is that a volunteer force, I wonder? It's probably... yeah, it's probably a volunteer, I would say. Yeah, just fight back Biloxi, Mississippi, please. Once you take that, you can rejoin your buddies. The London Conference, annexation of Austria and the German Reich. This will end well. How are things going over here in Europe, by the way? The German Reich is pretty big. There's Japan. It's world domination by the Axis powers for sure. Hopefully, Germany can distract Great Britain some, enough to get them off of our borders. Because we can fight them back. It's just a matter of doing so. That tank will rejoin his battle group. You know, I thought these divisions would be a little bit more effective up here. I am not going to lie. However, this is our biggest concern. They've got more land up here than I would like them to have for sure. They are trying to push down to the East Coast, which is really all I can ask them to do. Yeah, looks like they've got a very strong beachhead here on the east. And these boys are giving us a very hard time. Well, because quite frankly, these guys are not organized in the way that I would like them to be. We're starting to push, but they're starting to sort of wrap around us a bit, and I don't like that. Free military factories. There you go, tanks. We need more tanks, more armor. Push back Boston, please. How are we doing? Oh, we're 0% towards capitulation. Even though they're holding Boston and whatnot, we are making the good fight. Oh, planes being shot down. I believe we're still making aircraft, so that won't be a big thing. Yeah, we've got them surrounded. They can pierce our armor. We definitely need that upgrade. Holy crap, more military factories. Go ahead, tank. We need all the tanks we can get. They haven't naval invaded anywhere else, so this is definitely our prime focus. Planes should be doing close air support missions. I'm glad we got those tanks in, for sure. I believe that this battle would not be going so well for us if we didn't. We can modify our government. Let's see, if we close our economy, no resources will be exported. And I technically don't want anything exported. That is helping out our factory output, though. And we need factory output. So it looks like we're down to an aircraft designer or a ship designer, and I think light aircraft would be the way to go. So we've got one of those guys signed on, even more military factories. Come on, tanks, we need you. We're missing close air support, so some of our close air support has been shot down. Which is fine. Essentially, I believe we have enough fighters to stave this off. These tanks are sort of getting wrecked, though. We need help from these divisions for sure. And I'm not sure if they'll be able to help. These guys are really focusing around Boston. So what I want to do is make the offensive line right here. All divisions just come in there, please. And then we can delete that order. Well, maybe not. Just push right on in there. That's fine. Execute your plan. Push in as much as you can. Stop the bleeding. And you guys are set on super aggressive. You are. How are things going here? Planes being shot down. We've got tanks moving in. And we are pushing them back just a little bit. We're on the front line, which is very good. You move up here and take that then. If they aren't going to, if they're not going to occupy, we will. And what are you doing? Get in Charleston. Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe there's a reason why you didn't. We need these divisions out of basic training as quickly as possible. They're missing all of their tanks. They're getting trained up as best they can. But the majority of our tanks are coming out here to the front line to support our effort. We are starting to wrap around them. Very nice. I believe it's only a matter of time before we shore up Providence and get Rhode Island back. And then we'll be able to combine the armies up and really start working on the East Coast here. All right, more free military factories. We've got 2 more. Oh, that's infantry equipment there. And we're actually starting to lose some of our infantry weapons, which is not good. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. We've got Providence sealed off, and now it's just going to be a matter of getting back to the front line. You're trying to fight us, aren't you? We sort of got them surrounded. All right, all you guys then, you guys are pushing here. Push in, encircle them, squash them like a bug. You guys should be encircled. I mean, that should be a negative bonus, should it not? I mean, they're trying. I will give that to them. They are trying. Just push in as much as you can. Squash the enemy. You should be encircled. We are reinforcing. It's only a matter of time before these units fall. And then once they do, we can get them back here on the East Coast and start fending this off. Look, if they're not going to move up, then you do. And then you move into Charleston. Take what they are giving you. You guys good? One last squish. Yeah, you're encircled. 216 divisions. Yep. Okay, now here's what I want you to do, and we'll pause it here and get the get this up. But I want you guys then to make another front line right here, just like that. And then I want you to get an offensive line right here over the top. And I don't know what that was all about. Fine, just get a front line. Oh. All right, hold up. Delete. No, that's a good front line. We don't need to do that. We need our offensive line right here. 10 divisions. I don't like the way that is laid out. It doesn't feel... That didn't feel good, you know? Fine. Then get your offensive line down here like that. Push in, and go. All right, but that is going to do it for me in this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we have staved off the sort of first initial landing, and we're fighting the United Kingdom back to the coast, looking at Europe. Hopefully, the German Reich will be able to sort of stave off the United Kingdom, and in fact, shoot, invade the United Kingdom and get them out of this war, for crying out loud. And then all we'll have to do is worry about the massive landowners of the Axis. But that's going to do it for me in this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And next time, we'll see if we can push back the United Kingdom. Take care.